Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I haven't as of this recording, I have not finished the cover yet, but as I continue to work on the cover, I am going to start working on laying out some of these pages so that way I can start working on the actual meat and potatoes of this comic. So, I'm not sure if you can see, you can probably see it's very light. I am drawing out the first page. Um, I've got, it'll be 4 panels of a long shot up here that you guys can't quite see, unfortunately. There we go. A long shot, still can't see it. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to keep messing with the angle of the camera, but a long shot up here, 2 panels here, and then there'll be a long shot here. I'm gonna kind of give you guys an idea of what I've been doing to kind of set up scenes to help. Sorry, to help with placement of tell me with placement of these scenes and creating these scenes. So maybe if there's enough interest, I'll do a even if there's not enough interest, I'll probably do a video uh, kind of going over how I do this. But pretty much what I am using is I have some pieces of illustration board that I cut up when I did a paint night to kind of cut them down to size, and then these are the leftover pieces. So what I've done is I've created 1-inch grids uh, on these pieces of paper, these pieces of illustration board. If you want to know the measurements, it's 8 by 15, and it's not quite even because I cut these with an X-Acto knife from the original pieces. So, but they're as even as they can get, because I did use a ruler when I cut these. So, like this, of course, is a little bit over. And there's little pieces over here that's a little bit over. But for the most part, it's 8 by 17, 8 by 15. And I can pretty much, I have little miniatures. I'm not going to pull them out right now. But I have little minis that I use for D&D. And what I can do is I can put these figures, lay them out on a scene, roughly, take a picture of it from different angles, and use that as reference. And I did do that for this scene that I'm about to draw at the bottom, and I'll show you guys that. Because pretty much these figures are just placeholders, and if you're looking to do something similar, like you can buy, like, I'm trying to think, what is it called? Little, oh my gosh, like little, like army men and stuff. I don't think I didn't transfer the, dang it, I didn't transfer the photos. I'm sorry. I can show you guys real quick. Hold on for a sec. Let me pause this real quick. I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm gonna create a scene and then kind of give you guys an idea of what I mean. I'll do it on my iPad, so give me a second. All right, so it took about 5 minutes to create a quick scene for you guys. I was literally right back because I paused the recording, but I'll kind of give you an idea of what I mean by being able to take what I just showed you and these acrylic miniatures that I have, and creating scenes that I can take pictures of and use to kind of plot a scene. And draw from there pretty much. So these are the images that I took. So I can create, and the thing I like about this is I can create from different angles. So I can do like an up shot if I wanted to. If I put it on like an actual table, I can do like a downward shot, but I can do like eye line, so pretty much like a regular horizon line, a normal view, eye line, bird's eye view or worm's eye view if I set it on a table and take something from upshot. But I have an idea of like where I would place like bodies, these figures in the background, that idea of how the scene would fill out. So I really wasn't a big fan of this one because I would have to like zoom in if I wanted to. Well, I could zoom in and have more action going on, and put more figures and stuff in like that. And then of course I can do the background would be, I can work on the background. An example like this one would be, I have a figure like that is like on these like little wood blocks, but I would do like maybe a figure like jumping. But these are just placeholders pretty much. Like here's an upside down view with a tilted horizon. But I wanted to do something a little bit more of a dynamic. But that's how I can lay out these shots and have an idea of where I could place stuff. And of course, I wanted to add more figures, I could as well. But I think I'm going to go with this shot for the drawing here, this angle, because it kind of matches up fairly close to the thumbnail that I have drawn out. And yeah, we'll keep it that way. So let's go to my photograph again. And then let's get an idea of where I want to. So I think with this one, what I'm gonna do is have a character here, close up. And this is just roughing in pencils. There's not gonna be you guys aren't going to see much else from this this shot here. And maybe he's got some type of sword or staff impaling him, and then his hand here and his hand here. So, and then maybe there's kind of going back here. Maybe there's a body here. And this is just kind of laying out the, this is just laying out the figures. I can always go back and change those, and then maybe probably should have shrunk this up a little bit, but that's okay. Maybe there's a character here. Who's got a sword. Maybe they've got a shield here. And I can always go back and change this to make sure that the perspective and stuff is correct. It may be there's a character who just brought down like a hammer or something. then maybe there's someone here. I do like a 3/4 view. This being blown backwards, maybe. And like, as they're being hit by like a fire spell or something here. From this person. And then maybe this person up here, like I'm gonna have to go back and change the proportions here. Maybe this person is, I have to draw through here, here, and then there's maybe this person here on the ground who's looking up. Is about to die. And maybe they've got a shield that they're trying to, a magical shield they're trying to go on here. Trying to think what else. Maybe there's some characters in the background going on here. Maybe this person is impaling another person. This person's just dangling there. I don't know. Maybe there's another dead body here. Yeah, I definitely would have to work on resizing everything to properly fit correctly. Because this figure is too big. Here, but this guy kind of went up front. And then maybe there's some rubble or something here. And maybe there's a guy whose head is down because he's dead here. I'll just do X's to represent that he's dead. This guy might draw bigger. And then maybe it's I don't know what's going on with this guy yet. But maybe there's another dead body here. And maybe another dead body. Maybe there's like oh, my eye. Maybe there's some broken bits and pieces and shields that are laying flat here. From dead soldiers. And then like I'll have some other stuff in the background. I think I've got some images of battle scenes for reference. uh, maybe so. Maybe there's sticks and stuff going on here, and then like craters and mounds and stuff going on in the back. So this is going to be an intense scene here. I know that for sure. But this was allowing me to rough this in. Oof. So that's page 1. Pulling up Procreate real quick. I could rough in stage or page 2. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 panels as well. I think what I'm gonna do I'm gonna rough in page 2. Based on what I have in the thumbnails, and then what I can do if I don't like if I don't like how something's looking in the thumbnails, I can always edit later on. No big deal. Here we go. So I'm gonna have to do the lines here for this page. So the lines that I'll be putting in that are that I'm about to trace are pretty much the guides. I pre-measured these out on this paper here, and then so that I use this for reference. So I have like my safe area here. So if any type of words or text, I would make sure that they're placed in this part here. Then I have the trim area here, and this is the bleed area, I think there. But I'm going to make sure these are lined up because I know these aren't always cut to the exact measurements. So I want to make sure it's lined up though from corner to corner. And I'm just going to do a plus sign because I don't want to put the lines in because of how I'm doing this comic. I don't want to worry about making the lines or trying to erase the lines and they're still there. Or when I'm doing an image that the lines are getting in the way, then I have to worry about trying to make sure that doesn't peep through the image. Boom. And then we're going to go on the other side here. I'm going to line it up, make sure it's correct. And then doing the exact same thing that I just did on the other side. All right, so that's I've got the indicators in. So let's go ahead and sketch this second page out. So there we go. I'm gonna look this up here. You guys aren't gonna, I can lift this as high as I possibly can, but you guys are not gonna see. I'm gonna have to angle it this weird angle so you guys can actually see this top part. But I'm trying to rough in how I think this is gonna be. Oof. So I'm roughing out how I want this to be. Actually, let me do this. There we go. Because this is about a third. So here, here, and then I'm gonna do this because this is gonna be broken up. This is gonna be, I'm just gonna do this as a full page for the most part. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. And then these two are pretty much divided here. This might be a full bleed on this side, but this side is gonna be squared in here. So something like that. And honestly, because of this, I'm gonna have this go over all the way as well. I'm not gonna cut it off, or I'm not gonna have it go all the way down because I feel like that's gonna be awkward in print, or even just drawing it out is gonna be awkward. So this will go all the way over, but I am gonna have a border here. And then that top part here, that can still go all the way over. And what I may do, yeah, I just have it go all the way over. All right, so now we're gonna rough out the perspective. We're gonna rough out what's supposed to be going on here. I'm not gonna worry too much about the perspective because I can go back and I can go back and edit it later. So here, something like this. So the hands here. So here, and then here, and then maybe another here, and then maybe there's supposed to be a map here, so something along that. Of course, like I said, this is just roughing it out. I would go back and correct this because the angle here of this particular character is not right, but that's fine. Oops, you guys can't see it. Sorry. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see. But this character isn't quite where I need it to be, and that's fine. But I am going to rough out these other characters here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just sketching in roughly where these people are going to be going. So there's that. I'm going to leave this here. So now we're going to work on this bottom part here. So we're going to do the character here. Here. So like this, something like this. And then I'll probably have to change this a little bit more too, but it's not really my concern right now. And here, and then here. All right, so there's that one, and then here we're looking at a down shot. And then here, and then maybe here. This is the down shot, right? So there's a pillow. A figure here. Hand here. This person is sleeping, but this would be all covered by covers, but you're not going to see that. And then there's a table here. And then the crown would be here. And then maybe there's a rug here. Maybe a fireplace here. Fireplace going on here. Sorry if you guys hear fireworks in the background. People are still lighting them off after the 4th of July. And then that, and then we have a person who's standing here. And honestly, I could just do stick figures, but I'm gonna do here, here, there, Boom. There we go. And maybe there's some other stuff in the background, but that's not my concern right now. I just want to kind of rough it in. And then the last panel here, I'm going to do and then here this person here, and then like covers here, and then there's going to be a knife in this person's face. And because this is, I can do whatever I want with my comics, this is what it's going to be. I can do something completely off the charts here. So here, here, now this isn't going to be perfect, but this is just me laying in stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. Boom. So I'll leave it at that. We're 30 minutes in. I've got 2 pages roughed out, extremely roughed out, but it gives me a basis to work off of. And then I think maybe later on this week I will also rough out page 3 and 4 to give myself some actual pages to actually start working on. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. I've enjoyed making them and recording my process when it comes to creating a comic from semi start to finish, because I'm not recording like me writing out like my story, but as far as like anything I've been doing as far as like designing and thumbnailing and stuff like that, I've been trying to record as much as possible. I know I didn't record all of my thumbnail process because thumbnailing is a long process. It can be tiring, and it's really not the most entertaining, especially with my thumbnails. They're really messy. They're just stick figures, so there's not really a lot of detail stuff going on there. So especially with me doing the comic traditionally, it made no sense to try to do these detailed thumbnails, since it's not like I can just transfer them onto a separate file, enlarge, and then draw it that way if I was doing it traditionally. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.